There we go.
What's going on, everybody on YouTube or whatever service you are streaming this from? Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Heel Turn. Now, with this being our 20th episode and everything, we wanted to try out something different, try out a new format. So today, we're going to be doing more of a guided debate with a moderator style, kind of like you see on some of the other sports shows on TV. So with that being said, I am your host, the Don with the most, Don Josh, the special enforcer of today's show. I'm joined today by the incomparable fourth unofficial member of the New Day, Big Raf TV. And we're also joined today by JT, don't call him Justin Timberlake, the man who loves Wednesday nights, Justin.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Yeah, everybody doing all right today? Y'all ready to get in some wrestling this week?
Ready to get this started.
All right. Well, we will waste no more time. Let's go right into it and talk a little bit about what kind of. So this past Sunday, we had quickly becoming the fifth biggest show in WWE's Big Four reviews, Survivor Series. Every year, the show means less and less. Stakes mean less and less. This year, they didn't even bother keeping score. The SmackDown versus Raw teams.
They didn't.
So everything, all things included, if you guys really want to touch on it, you're more than welcome to with the Undertaker's retirement. But go ahead, and I guess because it's the first time we're doing it like this, and of course it is Big Raf's show, I'm gonna start with JT. So JT, go ahead and JT, go ahead and give me a grade for what you would think this Survivor Series was on a scale of A plus to F or F minus, however you feel it.
I gotta give it a B minus C plus. Right in the middle of the road, because I think how many matches was it? How many matches were on the card? Was it 7, 8?
6?
I think it was
six.
Not even, okay.
It had been 7, including the pre-show.
Okay, so out of those 6 matches, I want to say maybe 2.5 were good. The rest was trash. Straight trash. And I'm gonna throw the retirement in there too. Straight trash.
Straight trash. With all the straight trash, you still gave that a C plus?
A C plus. You know I'm giving a C plus, and Raf, I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna give it a C plus because of the Samoans, because of Roman and Jay and all that, because that storyline is great. So it brings it back. It brings it up from a D plus to a C plus, maybe even a B minus. Just that story alone. Like if they just did that match alone in that story, I wouldn't have to watch. If they did it first, I wouldn't watch the rest of the show.
Man, of course the Samoans. The Samoans are the best thing going in wrestling.
I'm not saying the greatest thing going in wrestling.
The best thing going in all of wrestling.
I'm not saying the best thing going in wrestling, but I'm saying that that's the best thing on that show, on the show right now.
All of wrestling.
All of wrestling. All of it. See, you can't do that. You can't. Okay, we're gonna get into this off the jump, huh? This is what we're going
into. we're starting it right now.
Right? Okay, I'm down with the Roman storyline, but to say it's the best thing going in all of wrestling, it takes away, because the wrestling outside of Jay is not anything spectacular. Roman's matches aren't spectacular. It's the same thing. If they're building Roman up to be the most dominant as he's supposed to be, his opponents get too much offense in on him. And for the cheating style that he's using to win, I'm like, no, dude. I don't want to see low blows coming from this Roman. If somebody jumps in, like if Jay interrupts the match, cool, I'm down with that. But low blows and cheating to win, that's not a dominant Roman to me, man. His opponent should not be getting that much offense on him, and Roman should not have to cheat to win.
They should be getting that much offense in on him. This is perfect.
Dude, it's too much offense in on him, man. For him to have to cheat, if they got a lot of offense in on him and he won, like, I won't say clean, but without low blows and all the stuff that I got it, but he's doing low blows, man. Come on, dude. That's
what makes him a heel.
No, man. No,
you don't need to. You don't have to shoot him in the dick just to be a heel, man.
Yeah, this is Roman Reigns. We're talking about the guy that's been building.
Good uppercut.
No.
Right the dick.
And then, like, say
Superman uppercut in the dick.
For the sense, the best thing in wrestling, no, because it's not like the storyline is good, soap opera good.
Yeah,
wrestling. Outside of Jay, like Jay's matches have been dope lately. Like he's been headlining SmackDown for the last 3-4 weeks, and his matches, like I'm seeing a Jay that I didn't know existed. Now
Yeah.
I hate that when his brother comes back, I hope they don't downplay it. I hope his brother can lead, can move up to the same level as he is. But man, this whew,
The
the
reason
best
I
thing in
say
wrestling.
the reason I say this is perfect is because as I watch Roman, I'm getting a 90s Hulk Hogan feel. Not in style of his wrestling, because Roman's way better than Hogan. But the Hogan only wrestled pay-per-views, if you all remember that. Like, Hogan didn't wrestle like Monday Night Raw. He rarely showed up on Nitro when he switched over. Hogan didn't do most of that stuff. It was like, you need me to wrestle? Okay, I'll see you at WrestleMania. I'll see you at Royal Rumble. I'll see you at the big pay-per-views. Roman don't need to show up on SmackDown and do no dirty work. We just need to see him at the pay-per-view. That's all we need Roman for. And that's what he said to Jay. You know what, Jay? You go handle that. I don't need to fight tonight.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. But I'm just saying, even when he does have his matches, he shouldn't have to do the low blows, and like I said, his opponent should not be getting that much offense. I want to see a dominant Roman. I want to see him roll over his opponents and be that guy that he's throwing to the crowd right now.
Man, watch
You're making me feel some type of way. Come on, man.
Watch any old school Flair or Hogan match. They get destroyed for 95% of the match.
That's Hogan and Flair, man. This is Roman. This is the guy, like I said, that they built up to be the guy. And then when you come to the dark side, I don't know, man. I just can't feel. I don't feel his heelish tactics. I love the promos. I love his, the way he's treating Jay. I love the way that Paul Heyman is like, I don't know if he's scared of him or the way he just looks at this dude. I love all that. I just don't like the underhanded tactics to win. Like, if he just won normal and was still a heel, oh man, still a heel, man, that's the number one guy to me. But until he does that, I can't agree with you as the best thing going in wrestling right now.
Superman dick shots.
No. I do agree with you. I will say, though, that if anybody was going to get any offense on Roman, it definitely had to be Drew, who's the WWE champion. Now, I think definitely, because they built Drew up to be just as big of a monster as Roman. Like, he's kicking out at 1 count of people's finishing moves. So I think you've got to at least give him enough offense in the Survivor Series, best of the best, or whatever they call it this year's match.
I think just because I don't like to talk about Drew. It's nothing against the guy, but until Kofi gets a rematch, F Drew.
There you go. There you go.
I can't go along with this man until Kofi gets a rematch. This dude got a rematch and won.
2 weeks later, he got a rematch.
Man, Kofi has not got a rematch. He hasn't been seen in the title picture since he lost it. Maybe I'm a little salty about that, but I can't. I'm sorry, Drew, man. You just wrong place, wrong time, man. I just can't get behind you until Kofi gets his rematch.
There's no hope for whoever took the belt after Kofi, I guess.
Nope. You better
Drew
bring Shawn
McIntyre
Michaels
could
out
have
of
gave Kofi
retirement.
a rematch.
What's that?
Drew could have gave Kofi a rematch.
Yeah, if Drew did that, and even if Kofi lost, I'd be happy with that. If he said, you know what, dude, you never got a rematch, or I see you as that guy or whatever, I'm down with Drew. But until that happens, I can't get behind the Drew train, man. I can't. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, that's sad to hear, but I guess let's move on to. You guys want to talk about anything about the Undertaker? Anything about it, or do we want to?
What? Me and Raph talked about this. Why did all those people come out for his retirement for no reason? No reason.
Not just that. Why was Kane the only one in costume? He was the only one in gimmick.
No, Godfather too.
But I was thinking, was that really Kane, or was that a stand-in? Is that why they had him in costume?
Yeah.
Did Drew not make it?
First off, the Godfather, he's never in gimmick. He's actually a pimp. He lives that. He just walk around. Charles Wright.
He lives that life.
That's his life.
Yeah.
Okay.
He owns a strip club in Atlanta. That's just what he does. That's how he became.
That's his
straight
life.
from work. That's what happened. So Kane was the only one in gimmick.
Let me
It's a really important night. I know they're going to build it up really well, and then just like that, it was done.
Yeah, they all came out, and then they all came out. Then they go to a commercial or whatever. Came back, and it was Taker. Nobody was in the ring.
Nobody was in the ring.
Like,
yeah, they showed the video, the graphic. It was out.
I watched. Do y'all watch Booker's Booker T's show on YouTube?
Clip.
The podcast.
Clips.
Yeah, the podcast.
No.
He kind of explained it a little bit. Like he said, you know, you don't want to give a bunch of old guys the microphone, which made sense. Which made like when he said that, because at first I was just like, why did you bring all these guys that a lot of us would want to see? Like, man, I ain't seen Savio Vega since '96. Wow, I really didn't know he was alive and well until he came out. I was like, Savio Vega, and then nothing happened after that. And then Booker was like, you know, there's a bunch of us. I guess they had really hung out the night before, and everybody, you know, kind of partied, and there's pictures, and everybody's drinking and stuff. But he's like, you couldn't have, mainly with like Ric Flair being out there, you couldn't have given those guys a microphone and let all the show wouldn't have ended. You would have had to cancel the
Right.
So
I mean that makes sense, but still they didn't have to make them all go out there. They could have did a backstage promo or something. And I mean, call all those guys out there, play their theme music, come out to the stage. It's like it's kind of a waste of time. You made me walk all the way out here to make me walk all the way back.
And some of them could barely walk, like Foley.
Exactly. Only got a few steps in up.
Exactly. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's no.
They said,
all right.
Huh?
I was gonna say, what else on that show on the Survivor Series is there worth talking about?
There was you got it, Josh, or
I mean, yeah, there was so Raw had the clean sweep, which kind of leads into the storyline with the Samoans again. So I mean, we already kind of touched on that. And then the women's match, I guess the only other really notable, the women's was it traditional Survivor Series match, was the sole survivor. And then this week on Raw celebrated like she really done some shit.
Yeah, so I guess we don't have to talk about that.
You know, we do need to talk about this because
you're
right. I called it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just last week, I said that was going to happen.
Well, I think we all knew that was going to happen. We knew Lana was going to be the sole survivor.
I refuse to believe that was going to happen. I was like, there's no way they're going to let that happen. Or
that was set up from weeks. They had that set up, like.
But the way that Raph had said it was she's going to come in for the quick roll up or something to get the win. I was like, there's no way it happened. They're never going to give Lana any kind of rub like that, which they technically didn't. She won by standing still on the ring.
Okay, yeah. I didn't call that part, but I did say
the last one. Yeah. Whatever. I lost a bet. You guys will see me wearing a piece of merchandise that Big Raph picked out for me. So.
Jeez,
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I was gonna put him through the ringer if I won, but
if we were
with that, I guess
live in an arena, that would be a cheap pop. I mean.
Let's go ahead and move on since we really got nothing to talk about on Monday nights. If you guys want to go check it out, you guys go check it out. But there was nothing to write home about this Monday, so we're just gonna go ahead and push through to the best day of wrestling every week, that's Wednesday nights.
Yes.
The Wednesday night recap, baby. So let's go ahead and start off with AEW because I think for the most part, that's the one that we all kind of gravitate towards a little bit more. Yes. I think we'd all prefer AEW a little bit over NXT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. So I'll give it to you this time, Raph. So I think the biggest storyline coming out this week, I think they're really building up this Omega versus Moxley feud.
Yep.
So what were your thoughts on the contract signing for the second week in a row? Didn't go as traditional contract signings usually go, or at least WWE's, conditioned us to believe they should go.
I like it. I like that they're not doing the traditional, like, we're gonna sit down in the ring, we're gonna sit at a desk and we're gonna talk trash to each other, and then we're gonna fight. Somebody's gonna get mad. Like, I like that they're doing that. I really like that they're doing it that way. I hope it results in the end that, Omega takes this belt from Moxley. I'm tired of Moxley with the belt. And I get it. Like, you realize as long as AEW has been a company for the last, year and a half, 2 years, there's only been 2 world champions in the company. Mm-hmm. Like, long reigns, year-long reigns damn near are there. their bread and butter. Like, and but the tag titles have switched a few different times. The TNT title is switched like 4 times now.
3.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like the world title, 2 champions for a year and a half, almost 2 years. Like, I'm ready for Omega to get this belt, and I hope they don't say, "Well, let's just extend Moxley out." No, take the belt off of him.
Bro, you already know how I feel about Moxley. All right,
Yeah.
Anything that's gonna take this man off TV. Like you said, they've had built this guy up since he's got in, and he's supposed to be the most dominant dude in AEW. I cannot stand this man's presence, his promos crap. I hate this man's everything. Like, get him out of wrestling, period. I like how Omega said, "You will not beat me in a wrestling match." Because I'm like, yes, because all Dean's matches have been gimmicks. Give me a wrestling match where we go in here 1, 2, 3, no countouts, no disqualification. I mean, countouts, disqualifications, no hardcore rules, straight up wrestling match. Give me that. I'm down for Omega. I can't. Dean has only lost 2 times his whole AEW career. You know how they do the little statistics at the bottom? He's like 172. I'm like, how is this possible? Even Jericho has like 4 or 5 losses.
Yep.
And Moxley only got 2. And I think one of those was from a tag match. So what?
You're still mad that your belt has that signature.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. It's just appreciating in value every year. It just goes up in value.
I'm about, there's some kids outside playing. I was just gonna, hey, y'all play with this. Y'all can have it.
Yeah, y'all like Moxley? We got some Moxley here.
I was gonna do it.
You should sell that joint now, man.
You can't, man. There's nobody named Dean Ambrose. Ain't no Dean Ambrose out here.
And that makes it even worse. This man signed my belt. Oh, I'm gonna go on a tangent. This man signed my belt, the belt he will never hold. He signed it as Dean Ambrose. He doesn't even go by that name anymore. Y'all gonna make me. I'm really gonna get this belt away. I'm gonna give it away. Y'all gonna make me. Yeah.
The best part about it was that you didn't even ask him.
I didn't ask him to sign the belt.
It wasn't like it was when Ron Simmons signed my belt. It wasn't a cool moment like that. Like, Dean Ambrose was like, "Oh yeah, we're here to snatch the belt." That's just great.
Man, I wish I don't even have the picture anymore. I remember if you look at the picture, you can see the disgust on my face. This man signed him. I don't have a picture anymore. I wish I did, but man,
I think is Omega fully turning, or is he kind of?
But that's the great thing about the whole elite. Like you don't know if the Bucks are turning. You don't know if Omega's turning. Cody's doing his thing. Like, you don't know. I think that they did a year and some change of faces, but we all know they're better as heels from their time overseas. So I think that they're trying to, fill the waters out, get this belt off of Moxley, and then we can do the full turn. But until then, they're playing that tweener stage. So
yeah. Is
Yeah.
that why they had to get Hangman up out of there?
Man, I'm not really a big fan of Hangman though. I mean, everybody's like, oh, he does great matches. He does great matches for his size. Like I said, I don't say he's a big man, but for his size, oh, he does these moves. But really, in reality, it's like his matches aren't that great. That's just me speaking.
No, I can't get that. I love Hangman, especially this week. That little match. I really like John Silver. He's actually killing it out there.
Yes.
Every time he goes out there, that man puts on a show.
Yes.
And he's hilarious.
Yes.
He's halfway through the match. He say, "You know what? I'd rather just flex. Like, let's just flex for a while, guys."
Who'd you say?
John Silver.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the name.
Oh, yeah, the little guy.
Yeah. That was a good match.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I love it.
But let me ask you something about Hangman though. Like, I like Hangman's gimmick. I love the whole cowboy shoot. I love all that. But like I said, his matches though are just like, unless he's with a good, like you say, is he's with a John Silver, he's with the Moxley. I mean, Omega. Then good matches. But just regular matches, I'm like, dude, just do the buckshot lariat and be over with, man. Go have a beer and call it. But
he didn't have a drink this week. Is that gimmick over? Is he just not going to drink anymore?
Yeah, they were making sure that commentary was on there. Like, oh, he's coming with a drink in his hand. So, like, they're really pushing that.
No, man.
I don't know if it's going to tie into anything.
They're ruining it.
Yeah, man. That's his gimmick, man. Yeah.
He's got a drink.
Him.
Well, let me talk to you guys real quick about what happened with the Cody and Taz segment this week. Got a little bit personal up there in the ring. It was a little bit like I had to take a step back. I had to like out from it, like Cody, how could you bringing his son into it like that? And side note, his son's name is Hook, which is just amazing. His son, Taz's
what's
son,
his name?
Hook.
Hook. Oh, okay.
And that's just amazing to me. I don't care what anybody says. That sounds like what Taz would name his real life son.
It does. It does sound like that. Shamefully, it does.
Shamefully.
I like that. That's the only part of the Taz team that I like. I don't like those guys. I don't like any of the three.
That too.
Not a single one of them.
You're tripping, dude.
To me, when I watch AEW, those three are like the snooze. That's the piss break for me.
What?
Those three?
No, man.
No way.
No, man.
I'm gonna go take a leak. Remember how they used to say when old school women's wrestling matches used to come on and they couldn't really wrestle? That's how I feel about Taz's group.
That crew can wrestle, though. That crew can wrestle. They can't cut promos. Like Taz can do the talking for them. Let him be the mouthpiece for them. But they have excellent matches. I won't say excellent. They have good matches. I told you that Brian Cage match was him and Seidel. He caught Seidel in midair. Hit him with the drill claw, man. It doesn't get
directly in midair.
Keith Lee and anybody big. Mark Henry.
No, stop it.
Mark Henry's been catching people in the air for years.
No, dude, he hasn't caught him like he catches them like when he's gonna slam him. But this dude caught him in the drill claw position. Didn't sway with him. Perfect position. Step back, hit him with the move, man. Come on.
I saw it.
You didn't give no props.
And you still weren't impressed?
No. It's something about these guys. The smaller guy, he can cut a promo. I can't think of his name.
Ricky Stark?
Yeah, he can cut promos. He's
learning to cut a promo. He used to be kind of crappy, but I say his matches are good though.
Yeah, he's coming into his own. He's coming into his own. I like it.
It almost hurts my heart because I'm Samoan and black guys biased, but I don't even like the Hobbs. I don't like him.
You don't like Powerhouse?
Powerhouse
Hobbs.
Give him time, man. I thought that would be your best thing. I know how you like heels. This is the heel turn. I'm like, dude, Raph's gonna lose his shit over this. And
that's what I said. I said Roman Reigns' turn and then Powerhouse right there. He's gonna love it.
I didn't even like it. I was like,
oh.
You know why I didn't like it? I guess it's because I fully expected him to join Team Taz. Like I knew it was happening. Yeah. It wasn't like it was a shock. Like
I saw that too. But
Roman coming back and being heel, I was like, oh my God, they did this. But I was like, what else is he doing?
But still, with that, even though he was going to do it, I mean, it was still, like, say, for them to have their own, faction, for them to have their own faction, I think that he's the perfect complement to that. Like, that's awesome. You couldn't have it Brian Cage and Starks this whole time. You needed that third person. Was you going to have a Darby Allin going to come in? No. Yeah. Cody? No. Powerhouse Hobbs come in and do his thing. Don't give him the mic yet because he can't cut a promo. Let him just do all the stuff. You come in here, do the power moves, squash people like he's been doing, and you'll be all right.
Yep.
I don't know. I gotta give them a little bit more time because right now I'm just not a fan. I did like how it felt like at the end when they did their promo near the end of the show, and just the three after Taz, and I'll get back to Taz in just a second. But excuse me. It was an old school feeling promo.
Yeah.
You had the one guy in the center, this is this, and you guys this, and I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah. And the two big guys were just standing there on the side, like.
Yep.
So that part I like, because that felt like, I don't even want to say old school, like super old school. That felt like late 80s, early 90s kind of promo. where you have Jimmy Hart standing in front and Axe Smash from Demolition are on the side, like or Paul Ellering, and you got Hawk and Animal on the side looking just buff and not saying anything. So that was good. Beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I need more time.
Just be honest. You don't like the color orange. Just be honest. That's what it
I
is.
love orange. I love orange.
I will say I hate the FTW title. I'm like, this is not a real belt. Like, why are we even throwing this into the mix? You don't need that.
That's like part of the main story too. Is like, why are they disrespecting? Because it's not a real belt. That's why they're disrespecting it.
Nobody's saying I'm going after this belt. Nobody's saying that.
Nobody cares.
Keep this belt. Nobody cares. Outside of that, I mean, yeah.
I agree. By the way, but I do like that Taz is mad about it.
Yeah,
I do like that. Taz, I agree that like nobody gives a shit about that belt, but the fact that Taz is so mad that nobody cares about it.
But that's cool. That adds to this story. Still, nobody gonna care about this belt. He just came out and gave it to him. It was like no tournament. There was like no number one contender. It was like here you go, man. You can have this belt.
Yeah,
it's yours.
It's catching dust in the basement anyway. Here you go.
you got people like what's my big guy? Dang, I'm drawing blanks on names. Dinosaur, giant dinosaur, Luchasaurus. He's sitting back there doing nothing. I haven't seen him in weeks. He's doing nothing. He could easily challenge for this belt. he doesn't even want to challenge for it.
But do you guys watch AEW Dark though?
I haven't.
I usually don't.
You see, they're on the Jurassic Express. You know, they're on a lot of the episodes of AEW Dark. A lot of the lower card, the mid cards are on AEW Dark, and every once in a while they'll get a big name on there. But yeah, AEW Dark is the same. If it was a live show, if they took Dynamite and put it on Wednesday and they put Dark on Tuesdays, I mean, you're gonna watch Dark. Dark is an awesome show. Actually, it's just like I say, it's just something for YouTube. It's something to get you over till Dynamite comes on the next day. So
yeah, I would watch it if they put it on TV.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Like I said, if you like Dynamite, you'll like Dark. I mean, some of the names you're like, who is this? Because like there's a lot of names that are like you wouldn't know them because they're only on Dark, and they'll have like records of like undefeated, and you're like, I've never seen this guy, but
yeah.
So.
But they had Pillman's son on there, right?
They do, and he catches mad L's, man.
Man. Bro, his win loss sheet is it's so disrespectful.
Oh man, that was my drawing point. I keep saying I need to catch AEW Dark because Pillman's son is on there, so I was like, I gotta catch it. And he's saying,
you'll watch it. Just, like I said, you'll have, the Gun Club. You'll have Jurassic Express. You'll have what's the other? You'll have. I know you don't like what's the tag team you don't like?
Private Party.
Private Party on there. I have those guys on there. So it's a good show.
Diamond Profits.
Hey, don't disrespect those guys like that, man.
They're not even. I like. What's the new guys? Top Flight.
Top Flight. Yeah.
I like them better than the Profits Light.
They're like the same team to me. I'm like, these are the same guys. They really are.
I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that the guy wrestles with the tails.
Oh man, he takes it off, man. He takes his jacket off, man.
He's gonna never wear that ever again.
The thing with was it Private Party? Is that the name? Private Party?
Private Party.
Yeah.
Their moves just, it's wrestling, but their moves are so telegraphed, man. I'm like, dude, I know what's coming next.
Yeah.
But they make it like this, like say it's so fast and it happens that you gotta, it's entertainment.
It works,
outside of that, they're good, man. I like that team.
They make me like Angelo Dawkins more.
That's never a good thing.
Yeah, that's not a good thing at all.
That's never a good thing.
He's a future world champion if it's compared to this.
Don't say that, man. That's not cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on into the other show on Wednesdays. JT, you caught up on NXT?
I'm caught up on NXT, yeah. But like you said,
I know
nobody's looking forward to NXT. I'm not looking forward to NXT. I'm keeping it on Dynamite. I'll watch
exactly.
NXT.
See,
But exactly,
watched
I forced
NXT
myself
this
to
week.
watch NXT. But this past week was actually pretty good. I know that Raph hasn't been all the way caught up with this. So I'm gonna start with you, which is ridiculous because there was a huge heel turn this week that I'm sure he would love.
Yes, there was a heel
See,
turn.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it here in just a minute.
It's the first. It's literally the first segment. It's the big heel turn, but it did go out throughout the whole night. So this week was pretty much the Candice LeRae show. So what was your overall?
Oh, I think I know the heel turn. I think I saw something.
I think that I'll give NXT props for building their women's division. I think they have the best women's division in all of wrestling right now. Like I say, that show, their women's division carried out that whole show, that whole Wednesday night. And it's been like that for the last couple of weeks. They are building their women's division. And if you look at AEW, no women's division. I mean, you have Britt Baker, who I love. You have who you have on Raw? Nobody. I mean,
I can't think of a Raw match.
You got Asuka on Raw. That's what you got.
Asuka.
And then you got Bayley and Sasha on Friday nights.
And Bianca, don't forget about Bianca.
What they're building Bianca, I give her that. But NXT's whole their whole women's division is involved in a storyline. It's not just somebody sitting around the back waiting to get squashed. Even there, like Aaliyah, she gets squashed every week, but she's in a storyline. Well, at the time, she was in a storyline. So I give NXT props for building their women's division. The rest of the show, I'm kind of tired of these dudes, man. You have no direction for Ciampa. You have no direction for Balor. You have no direction for, come on, Velveteen Dream. You have no direction for anybody except for maybe Gargano and the North American Championship. Everybody else, garbage. I'm tired of Undisputed Era. They've ran their course. I don't like this Pat McAfee faction. They're just made up to fight at War Games. Like nothing else on NXT. NXT is not exciting like it used to be. NXT is not that show anymore. And I don't know what happened or what they need to do to get it back, but it's just not that show anymore.
I agree with the Pat McAfee part. I'm not caught up for this week. I do, now that I think about it, I do know the heel turn. I haven't watched it, but I know it. I don't understand the thing about the Pat McAfee faction. I don't understand why the Bruiserweight's in it. It just watching that, it just seems like he's out of place.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like if you just put Otis in the New Day. Like that's how it feels weird when he comes out there, and that boy is jacked now. He is jacked.
Oh yeah, man. My man came back shredded.
Are they doing this just for War Games? Like after War Games, everybody goes their separate way. Like, what is the point of this? Like, it's not exciting to me. I'm like, why? Like, why is he with them? If it was just Pat and the other dudes, all right, cool, I got you. That makes sense to me because those dudes can't cut a promo. You had Mac do the talk, but man, to throw the Bruiserweight, who was a face when he left, it just doesn't make sense. He didn't come out saying, I hate these guys or these guys did me wrong. He's just, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just here, and I'm just gonna slam people's heads and doors and all this weird stuff that doesn't make sense out of nowhere. Like,
no.
I don't know.
No. But this week, that Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne match, that was top tier. That was 5 stars right there. That was amazing.
That was a good match.
Yeah. Those dudes got no regard for their body.
And they say, O'Reilly better watch out, man, because he ain't learned it last time. Shit, he don't care, man. That dude
is O'Reilly a future champion in NXT? It feels like they're building him.
As long as he's with Undisputed Era, I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He's always going to be the second dude because he's the only other one in the faction that can cut a promo. So I can see where you're coming from that. But other than that, I don't see him.
His match with Balor was amazing, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
But you don't think that we can put him on his own path?
No, as long as Adam Cole is there and he's the main guy on Undisputed Era, I cannot see anybody else being a world champion. They're going to have matches. They're going to have world championship matches, but none of them get the belt as long as Adam Cole is associated with them in the Undisputed Era. Like, Adam Cole needs to move on to Raw or SmackDown and let these guys do their own thing. Then I can give him he's going to move up that card. But even then, man, I don't say he's not ready, but man, who on NXT can carry the belt right now outside of Balor, and Ciampa. Like, you can give it back to Gargano, but who can carry that belt? After they got rid of Keith Lee, then whatchamacallit got hurt. You just put the belt on Finn. Like, who can carry the NXT title right now? Who is good enough to carry that show?
Yeah. There's not, I don't think there's anybody.
Yeah.
A year ago, I would have said Dream, but not right now.
What's that?
Yeah.
I said a year ago, I would have said Dream, but not
That's
right
what I'm
now.
saying. He messed it up for himself, man. They're not going to do anything with this guy anymore. So he might as well go ahead and wrestle overseas. All the other guys on the show are all mid-card, low to mid-card. Nobody else is up there except for Ciampa. And say he's done at it. There's nothing else for him to do. What is he doing right now? What is he doing right now? He's going to have another feud with Gargano. What can he do?
Yes, let's do it again.
Run it back. Yeah. We didn't figure it out last time.
Fight forever.
This I don't know. I said without the women's division on NXT, I don't even think I'd watch it. I wouldn't watch it.
It's tough. It's a tough one to watch these days. So let me ask you guys, because they're building towards War Games. That's all they're doing right now. And It feels like that's all they've been doing for the past 2 months, even with Halloween Havoc and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
In you guys' opinion, do you think the War Games is starting to get watered down? Like the first two that came back for NXT, I can understand why they needed it. They needed it because they had the first one was the Undisputed Era versus what was it, Sanity, and then the Authors of Pain with Roderick Strong. I remember that. So that one they needed it. There was real legitimate storyline. Then the following year, Roderick Strong joined the UE. Needed actual 4 people to take them on. That made sense. But now it feels kind of watered down.
Right. Is it even? There's only like 2 war games. It's the women's, and then there's the men's. Like
the men.
what is going on here? Like there's nothing on that card. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. They should have just did NXT and Survivor Series with Raw and SmackDown and called it a day. But this War Games, man.
It's because they don't really have a solid roster. That's the only thing is that
maybe that's it, man. Because like I say, those previous years they did. Like I say, they had Authors of Pain. They had this dude turn on. They had stars in the making. Now I cannot see the next person who will break out and be that guy. You see, they didn't even want to take the belt off of Finn. I mean, they can't because that would have been horrible. I mean, every time he gets a belt, he gets hurt. But they were like, who can we take? Who can we get the belt to if we take it off of Finn right now? Nobody. So they just giving him time to recover and heal. And
the belt's almost cursed because the previous champion.
Yeah, Damian Cross. Was it Damian Cross?
Karrion
Cross. That's it. Yeah, dude. They should have just left Keith Lee alone, man. Just let him stay in NXT and run the show for a couple more months, man. It would have been all right.
I was about to ask that. Like, do you all think that they moved some people up a little too soon? Like in this year, previous years, I get it, but this year
they did. You know why? Because they moved up Keith and Riddle, and Riddle should have not been moved up yet. You know what I mean? He's funny sometimes on Raw. You know what I'm saying? He does a good match, but he could have been a dude on NXT who could be going for a North American Championship. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But now you have these 3. Who is it? Is it Leon Rush? The black dude?
I think it is. No,
Leon Rush.
Ruff. Leon Ruff.
Yeah, Ruff. And you have Damian and you have Gargano. I mean, come on, guys.
Dijakovic too. He's a little too.
Dijakovic could have been.
He could
have at least been a challenger.
Yeah, he could. They say these are guys that could have held down the fort, man. But now you have just boredom, man. Like I say, I'll fast forward these matches. Like I don't want to see this. I don't want to watch this. Give me to the next promo section, man. Because right now nothing matters. They have Loomis skulking after what's his name?
Cameron Grimes, baby.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes, and
I like
straight
Grimes.
to the moon.
I like Grimes.
I like Grimes. I like that they didn't change him from Impact over to NXT. He's the same character, which is cool to me. But they're not doing nothing with him. I mean, he should be going for the North American Championship too. But
They got to get this Gargano angle out first before they put him in there.
Why? What more does Gargano have to do, man? Like, move this dude
Gargano was
to
a lifer,
SmackDown.
man. He's
Move
never
He's
Gargano.
gonna be a lifer down there.
He's
I don't want to see him on Raw or SmackDown.
But I'm saying you move Keith Lee, move Gargano, man. Keep Keith Lee and move Gargano and Ciampa out of here, man. Get them something else to do. Because right now they're boring. They're not
Keith
doing
Lee
anything.
was never going to stay in NXT for that long. He's a star, man.
I mean, Vince was smart doing that. I mean, he said he saw him as a star, ratings. Let's move him up quick. Let's get this guy out of here. We need to, I got to make USA happy. So let's get him out of here. But, dude, if you're not going to do anything with him and if you're going to leave the same boring stars on one show, you're going to hurt either way. Like, say, NXT is still on USA. They can't be happy with the ratings right now, with AEW killing you right now.
Yeah.
And nobody, you know what I'm saying? And every week those ratings go down. They dropping on NXT. Because people are feeling the same way we feel. It's not that show anymore.
They
you have
to do something to shake it up.
Yeah, you might want to move NXT to Thursday nights because right now, when you're going up head-to-head against AEW, it's just not going to do it for you. You got shareholders you got to keep happy.
You got to put another star back there. Kevin Owens was dying to go to NXT, and they didn't do it.
I thought he was going to do it. When they had him on commentary this week, I'm like, okay, this is his start. He's going back to NXT. But then, I mean, Friday night.
There you go. That's the perfect segue right there. Kevin Owens showing up this Friday night SmackDown, probably becoming the best WWE show weekly.
Oh, it's been that way for a while now, though. Hasn't it?
So it's been so long since it's been like that. It's so consistent and everything like that. But let's just go ahead and get started with right off the jump with the Samoans and Kevin Owens, man. This feud, this family storyline is money. This is money, and putting Kevin Owens in it, I think, is just going to elevate it at least up until TLC, which is definitely probably where they're going to have the match at. So we're going to go back to you this time, Raph. What do you like most about SmackDown this week? And I already know what, but just go ahead and tell me.
Samoans, baby. I love it. I liked how they set it up initially to have Jay come out like he's about to introduce it, only for Roman to shit on him. Like, I was like, dang, man, he helped you win. Like, you just crushed that man instantly when he comes out. But I like that this whole thing, even though the last few weeks he hasn't won, I like that the whole storyline is elevating Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I really don't know what they're gonna do when Jimmy comes back. I have no idea how unless you just make them a team again and then they both do Roman's dirty work. Jay has man.
Jay's the breakout star of 2020.
Yeah. He's at least in the conversation. If you gotta have MVP up there, Sasha, Bailey, and then you put Jimmy or Jay in that conversation because that boy is taking off, and his matches, even his facial expressions are better now.
Yeah,
in the matches, I might have to get one of them. I'm gonna get them shirts.
Day one shirts, man. I mean,
I gotta get me one. That boy has been on fire.
The thing that threw me on is at the end of Survivor Series, they hugged.
Yeah.
Like you saying, you thought that, okay, they cool. Okay, Roman is accepting this dude. Then he came out and just shit all over this man. I was like, why, dude? Why? Poor Jay, man. Like, that makes me think, like, is it going to be is Jay going to turn on Roman sooner, sooner or later? Or are they going to make them, like, say, a team? And he bring his brother back and then it'd be the Samoans. But you can't keep doing this to this guy because it's putting those seeds in our heads that eventually Jay's going to have enough and he's going to turn on Roman.
He's going to turn on him.
We don't need that. I'd rather see them all heal out and just run the show. Give them the tag belts. Yeah, give them the tag belts, Roman the Universal Champion, and run the show, man. But you can't keep shitting on this guy, man, like that. Like
you definitely can't.
But one day you're gonna be like, all right, man, you did a good job. You know what I'm saying? Didn't I tell you to go home? Dude, if I would have went home, you would have losing, dude. Roman's a trip, man. Roman's
great. It's great. It's great storytelling. Like, because you can't pull away from it. Like,
right.
Even like I was fully expecting to be like, you know what? I told you to go home. but you didn't. You took initiative to come out and do
Yeah.
it did not go that way at all.
The best line was, "Do you think I'm a bitch?" That's what he said. I was like, wow, dude, they're gonna let this fly like this? Okay.
And Paul Heyman just standing back there. Paul Heyman standing back there like, oh man, like you should have done that.
Yeah, like, you said it. You hear him say, you shouldn't have done
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Paul's playing a great role. Paul Heyman is playing a great role. It's different from the Brock Lesnar role too. He's playing a great role right now. He's letting Roman talk. He said, "You don't let Brock talk." But
no.
Does this help or hurt Roman more? Like,
it's helping him.
Bro, I mean, in the sense that we all know Paul Heyman's one of the greatest talkers in the history of professional wrestling, right? And you have this amazing talker come out, but he don't talk. You talk everything now. So does this make Roman look even better, or
it makes him look better because look at Paul's expressions and his actions. He don't have to talk. Like saying the way he looks at Roman, and like when Roman tells him like, "I do this, I have you, so I don't have to do this." I mean, when he says stuff like that, Paul's playing a great role, man. I'm telling you, that he doesn't do the talking. He'll go to the not general manager of SmackDown and make matches for him. You know what I mean? Paul's playing a great role. It does nothing to hurt Roman. It makes Roman look great. You know what I'm saying?
Did you all catch like, and this still ties into what we're talking about, but I think they are leaning towards The Rock. I think that's the end. And
I don't think they'll get The Rock. I think they're trying to press buttons to make The Rock, to make it seem like that, or maybe The Rock will change his mind. The Rock doesn't want to do it. And I don't think that there's enough money in the world to have this dude do it. He's on his own thing right now. This dude is skyrocket. He can't get hit because it'll mess with his movie. I'm saying you got to have a match where this dude has to have take soft bumps, doesn't get hit in the face. It has to be less than 10 minutes. There's no way The Rock is coming back for this. It's not gonna happen, dude.
That's his family, though. I don't know.
I'd be down for. I think he would. I think he'd come back for it because he loves the business. He really does.
I don't think he's gonna do it.
I think if there's one match that he comes back for is Roman.
But I don't think it'll be this year. Not without a live audience, not without a live crowd.
That's true. If there's no live audience, I don't see him coming back.
Mania tickets haven't even gone on sale. Like I say, they're not even planning on having a live audience. So
by this time, Mania tickets have already happened by now. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
But the reason I say that is because, personally, I've been hoping that this is leading to Big E getting in the picture and getting the title shot at Mania. But they look like they kind of put Big E in the Intercontinental title picture.
So last night. That brings up my favorite moment of the night. Finally getting to see Big E do something. Because these last couple weeks, this backstage BS of him playing games and being by himself is garbage. Give him something to do. You broke him up from the New Day. Give him something to do. Even if it's the IC belt, I'm down with that. Just give this man something to do.
Why are him and Apollo in the back shooting hoops in the trash can?
What? Because they're black. That's what.
He said that's what black superstars do in the back. They just practice shooting. That's what Vince thinks they do back there.
And why did Apollo miss so badly? It was a terrible shot. I was like, come on, man, you gonna hit the rim? Like, God.
I thought they were about to put Apollo in the title picture, and I was gonna cringe. I was like, don't do that. Please have Big E step in and do something, and he did. So hopefully, even if he's not winning the belt, just give him something to do. Because I think Sami Zayn right now, he's a good character, and I think they have something for him to do. The role he's playing is awesome. He can't drop the belt this soon just because of the character he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I say, even if Big E as long as he has something to do. If later on down the line he wants to take on Roman, which he won't win because Roman's the best thing going, they're not going to drop the belt off of Roman to Big E unless they make Big E like the Kofi of Kofi Mania. They're not going to have him drop the belt.
Without a crowd.
Yeah, and you're not gonna have him drop the belt to Roman. So I would like them to wait to pull the trigger on Big E. Like I said, maybe after his IC title run, and Roman goes through a couple more people for a SummerSlam. Big E versus Roman, maybe, but for this soon to Mania, I don't want to see Mania Big E versus Roman. That's just at first I thought it would. I was like, all right, cool. They broke him up and everybody, oh, Big E's the next big thing. He's gonna be a star. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna do it, but not now. Not now. You can't do it.
Put them back together.
Yeah.
Do you think that because at WrestleMania this year, both world titles changed hands, didn't they?
Yeah.
So does Roman push through Mania as champion this year?
Yeah, dude, they're keeping it unless I say it has to be somebody big that's gonna take it from Roman. Right now, with them, the way that the reactions that Roman is getting and the way they're pushing him, he is not dropping that belt anytime soon. He's gonna have it for probably a year, dude, before he drops it. He'll probably drop it at like SummerSlam or what's the one after SummerSlam? That's probably when he'll drop it.
Is it Night of Champions?
Night of Champions. That's where he'll probably drop it. It has to be a year, man. He's gonna have that belt for a long time. I mean, who else can you really give it to? Daniel Bryan?
It's the best option right now.
Yeah, that's it, actually. Or Kevin Owens.
Nah, I can't see him dropping it to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is falling out of my grace. Like that used to be my dude, but they didn't
have. Did he sign your belt too?
Huh?
Did he sign your belt too?
Hell no, he didn't sign my belt. You crazy? But I wouldn't mind. Cause I liked Kevin Owens at the time, and I still like him. It's just that he's fallen so far from where he was at when he first came in. That dude is almost a Grand Slam champion. He just needs a tag team belt. I mean,
and it looks like that's what they're building towards right now.
That's what I thought. I was like, him and Daniel Bryan are gonna be tag team champions. I thought when they did their little thing, but I would rather see Daniel Bryan right now. He should be the one fighting Roman after Jay beat him down. I know he came back and beat Jay, but that Daniel don't care about that. He's not going after Roman at all. He just messing around with Sami Zayn. So
Jay beat him again though last night. Or
no, and he beat wait.
No, I'm saying in the back.
Huh? Oh, in the back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he beat him down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need Daniel Bryan to step up and be a challenger. Maybe that's the Mania. Maybe it's Daniel Bryan versus Roman for Mania. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they're gonna do.
Fans.
I don't think we need to see Daniel Bryan as the world champion. So maybe he challenges him, but he's gonna lose.
He won't win. I'm saying no. Roman's not dropping this belt, man. And I kind of wish it was the World Championship instead of the Universal Championship.
Yes, I agree. I wish Roman had the other belt, but Roman is making this universe. I've never cared so much about the Universal title than I do right now.
Like, even when the Fiend held it.
Yeah, even like because only it would have been with the Fiend. It would have been, but what did he have the belt? Like a month?
Yeah.
So they didn't even let us get invested enough with the Fiend to really care about it. But with Roman, I'm like, the Universal title is the most prestigious title in the business right now.
Yeah.
And like, man, I kind of wish it was the other belt.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd be like, Kofi needs to challenge Roman.
That's WrestleMania worthy right there. Kofi versus Roman for the Universal Championship, for any championship. That's Mania worthy right there.
He needs his rematch. This is gonna come back all the time. Kofi needs his rematch.
They did my man so dirty, man. I'm telling you.
I wanted to get back to Sami real quick before I forget. Dude is a great Intercontinental Champion, and his tactics to win.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he could have did it to Bobby Lashley. I wish he could have.
Yeah,
but there's no getting out of that. But
it would have been cool, but I didn't need to see that either.
Yeah, like outsmarting Daniel Bryan and running backstage, and then coming back out and jumping in the ring to win. So now Daniel Bryan doesn't get an Intercontinental title shot. That's genius. That's great. That's great heel work.
Listen, every week Sammy's gonna find a way to keep his belt or to win a match.
Yeah.
Like, was it last week? Was it a count out last week too?
With Apollo? You talking about with Apollo when he in the match?
Tied his leg.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just keep finding ways to keep winning, dude. That's cool. That's cool with me. It's the character he plays. He's a great character. Now if they throw Big E into that, it's Big E. Do we have Big E winning the IC belt? Or do we have Stan to keep it and keep playing his role?
I think Big E's gonna lose the first time, but I think he's gonna eventually be the one to take the belt from Sammy.
It'll be like Big E's gonna have to lose to like a count out or something, and then the next match is gonna be like no disqualifications, no count outs, false count anywhere for Big E to win it. So that's gonna be the Royal Rumble right there. It's gonna be Sammy and Big E at TLC, and then at Royal Rumble.
TLC. I don't know. I kind of want to see Big E win the Rumble. I kind of want to see him be the one at the end. So
then he challenges Roman at Mania.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
No, because Big E won't win.
Yeah, because he's not gonna win. That's the part. If it was anybody else, yeah, but he ain't gonna win unless because technically speaking, the winner of the Royal Rumble can challenge either champion. They don't have to challenge the champion of their show. So if Big E wins the Rumble and says, I'm gonna go back to Raw with my boys and challenge Drew McIntyre, then it's a win all around. We get the New Day back and we get the belt off of Drew.
You haven't
really kept the New Day separate that whole time, huh?
You haven't Drew keep this belt till all the way through Mania?
Who's gonna beat him?
Yeah, easy.
I gotta have somebody else come in.
They're not even giving Kofi a rematch.
That will set it up.
Nobody can beat him.
That would be a great setup for Big E to win the Rumble. Let's say Drew versus Kofi. Kofi loses. They go through this whole thing, and then Big E's like, "All right, I'm gonna fight Drew now for the belt." After Kofi loses to Drew.
Wild card. Does Miz cash in?
That's what I'm saying. You have Drew having this belt for a long time, man. This I don't think it's gonna happen. I can't see Drew holding on to this belt for that much longer.
I think what would happen is a WrestleMania 31 moment. Big E wins the Rumble, challenges Roman, Miz cashes in on Big E during the match. That way Roman's protected. and that's what I think is gonna. I don't want that to happen, but that's what I can see happening. Miz is on SmackDown anyway, so I don't think they'd have him cash in on Drew. Oh no, wait, no, he got moved to Raw.
Yeah,
moved to Raw. Yeah,
but I don't.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
I don't see if Miz. I don't think he'll cash it in at Mania. I think he'll cash it in a pay-per-view before Mania, just so he can say, "I'm going to headline Mania." I mean, that's Miz's character. I'm going to headline.
That is his character, yeah.
Yeah, I'll headline Mania. So cash it in the pay-per-view before Mania. That guarantees that you're going to headline Mania.
He's going to headline Mania again.
There you go.
And he won it the last time. Who can say that? I headlined WrestleMania and I beat John Cena at WrestleMania. That's a you're in the Hall of Fame off of that part just alone.
Yeah.
Not to mention you have like the most intercontinental titles, but that part, you're in.
Yeah, I think if he does that, he'll have headlined more times than, or at least the same amount of times as Triple H and like The Undertaker.
Damn.
Really? Damn.
Because The Undertaker only headlined, last match headline was 32, right? WrestleMania 32, where he put his hat and gloves, and then WrestleMania 13, where he went against
Diesel?
Sid. It was Sid.
Sid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 13 or was that 11?
That was 13. Sid Vicious.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he does that, shit.
Taker is never the final match. That's right.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Because it wasn't about that last match. It was about his streak, man. They didn't care about the last match. It became about the streak. When did the streak become a thing? Which Mania was it that was like, oh shit, Taker's never lost that Mania? When did that happen?
21.
21.
That's when, because that was Orton's first shot at him.
Okay.
I think technically Edge says it at like WrestleMania 23. He's like, I'm undefeated. You're undefeated at WrestleMania. Let's see who can go undefeated the longest. I think that's when they really announced it like that. But 21, I think at that point they'd already known.
Damn, that's crazy that nobody's mentioned it before that. It had to take 20-something WrestleManias for somebody to say something.
If you go back and watch 18, after he beats Ric Flair in that no DQ match, he counts on his hands. He does the 10 wins. So he knows at that point. But I don't know if they really, and it was all an accident anyway, so they were never expecting that to be a streak.
He should be what 24 and 1.
24 and 1?
No, it'll be 24 and 1.
Yeah, he didn't
because he's 23 and 2 right now, right?
Yeah, he's 23 and 2.
Is he?
Yeah, because
I believe so.
at WrestleMania 30, he went 21 and 1.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and then he beat Bray Wyatt after that. He beat John Cena, so that got him to 23, and then he lost to Roman.
Yeah.
So you saying he should only lost to Roman?
Yeah, he should have only lost. He even said that. He even said, he said Brock didn't need it.
Right.
Which is true. Brock didn't need. What is that?
By saying we let Brock win so that we could get over this thing. Somebody had to beat him sooner or later. We just had to get over it. And I was like, that is the most cop-out excuse ever. Like,
personally for me, and I know I'm a big fan of Samoans, but I think that CM Punk should have been the one to end it. I would have loved to see Punk end it, because at that time
that was our first Mania, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was our first Mania.
Yeah, that was our first Mania. But I think he had just ended his year-long. They kind of screwed Punk. We all love The Rock, but Rock didn't need to come back and take the belt from him.
Right.
Only to lose it to Cena a month or two later. Okay, we're going to take the belt off of you, right? And we're going to give it to Rock. You had a nice, 430-day run?
34. 434.
434? Good run. Great run. We're going to take the belt off of you. We're going to give it to this guy that hasn't really wrestled in 10 years. But we're going to let you beat Taker. You're going to be the one to end the streak. That would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been great. I think, and maybe if they did that, maybe Punk's still in the company.
You think so?
Maybe. Like, that's a big deal. Man, I'm the one that ended the streak. Like, that's a big. If not Punk, then it should have been Roman.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. Well, it looks like we're coming up. We just passed the hour mark, so we'll go ahead and start closing it up, rounding it out here. You guys want to do? I got a few options. If you guys want to do like a fast count real quick, see about. Yeah, do a couple of those. Okay. We'll go ahead and start with Raph. Just a few of these questions. You guys just, shoot out whatever you got, whatever comes to your mind. So next week, winter is coming with AEW. I already kind of know where you guys are going with it.
Omega.
Like that. I know. I would say I know who you want to win, but who do you think is going to win?
Omega.
I think Omega's taking Omega.
Is taking it next week?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one. Monday Night Raw. We got the triple threat match for the number one contender to see Drew at TLC. You got the big Keith Lee with a pretty good new theme song. Banger out there. Riddle, who still wears the M on his chest. I don't know what that stands for because his name is just Riddle.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles with Big Omos in his corner.
AJ.
Apparently he speaks English now.
AJ.
You got AJ? Yeah, I'm gonna go AJ.
Go AJ. Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. NXT is coming up next week. So we got Shotzi Blackheart is going against Raquel Gonzalez to see who gets the advantage in War Games. There's probably, we already kind of know they kind of like to lean towards the heels with that. Who do you guys got winning that? And then bonus question afterwards.
The Giant Gonzalez. I think that she's like you said, they always lean towards the heel. It just makes more sense.
Agreed. Even though I think that just means that was it Raquel?
Mm-hmm.
Raquel, Big Mama Cool.
She'll win it, but that means more than likely that the face team is going to win at War Games.
Oh, the face team is winning either way at War Games. I mean, Rhea Ripley.
So I hope Shotzi wins Wednesday, so that doesn't happen.
Okay.
That's my next. That's going into my next question. Shout out the four, because we know who the four people for the heel team is. Shout out your four for the faces.
Oh, they already got it. We got Shotzi. We got Rhea Ripley. We got Ember Moon. And what was the other chick that came out? There was another chick. They didn't announce it yet. Did they announce it yet?
They haven't announced the face team hasn't been announced any members yet. That's why I'm saying shout because there could always be a swerve at the end because they beat up Ember pretty well this week. But who knows?
Rhea, Ember, Blackheart, and the women's champion. What's her name?
Io.
Yeah. There you go, right there. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, she don't got a match that night anyway. The next match on the card is a strap match between Loomis and Grimes. That's the only other match announced for that night.
I don't care about that.
That's your 4, right? That's your 4. Io, Ripley.
That's your 4. Yeah.
That's it right there.
I was until this week. I was kind of because I knew they had kept it secret all the way up to the end. I thought they were going to do like a surprise entrant like they did last year with Kevin Owens, but I thought it was going to be Charlotte Flair coming back.
I don't think so. Charlotte's not coming back yet, is she? I don't think she'll be back to like.
She was only supposed to be out 2 months, so it just depends on if how well all the recovery and everything went.
Honestly, probably the best move would be Charlotte because Charlotte will make ratings go up. So that's probably their best move if they do.
That was my thought process a little bit. All right, I got one more for you guys. Retribution got moved to main event. They're showing up. So they were this past week on the Thanksgiving episode. They were beating up the Gobbledygooker on main event. Is there anywhere to go with? Is there any saving Retribution?
This has been quite possibly the biggest fail of 2020. It has to be. Like, you did all these promos, guy at the computer doing all this swerving in the storylines. You got Mustafa Ali, or did I say Mustafa? Yeah. You got him turn, and he's been great in the role. He seems believable, and you just
lose.
You just lose, and you got
every week
Dijakovic and what's my girl?
And Slapjack, yeah.
Mia Yim.
Great people, and you change them for no reason. Like we could clearly see, like we spoke about last week, we could clearly see that that's Mia, and we could clearly see that that's Dijakovic for no reason, and now they're jobbers.
No, they did that. You know what? That's good that they covered their faces because now these guys can, after Retribution is done, they can go back to being themselves, and they don't even have to mention, oh, this person was Retribution, even though we know they were. But they lose the mask, they're back to Dijakovic, they're back to Mia, they're back to the other dudes.
I hope Mia does not change her hair color and just comes out like nothing happened.
I get that. I get that for Dijakovic because some people may not like.
Right.
That's not his whole face is almost covered, so I can. But Mia, like we know,
I can see her eyes and her mouth moving and everything.
we know that's you, Mia.
Only thing saving them is if they start winning matches. But I mean, we really gonna have them start beating people up and winning? I mean, I don't believe it at all. Like,
no,
nah.
Mustafa's best angle would have been if he would have came out and said, Kofi took my spot. I never got a championship match. If he would have came out that guy, oh man, he would have been awesome. But just to come back, the system screwed us. Nobody takes us seriously. All that, nah, dude. He should have came out and said that should have been me. That should have been me. That should have been Ali Mania. Then I'd be like, I got you, man. That's pretty awesome. But I think they mentioned it one time, and it was like the commentators. He didn't mention it. So
yeah.
But then he'd be mad that he didn't have a rematch against Brock Lesnar.
He should be mad. He should be mad that Kofi came in and he never got a shot. I don't even think Kofi was like, did Kofi wrestle him like, hey, I took your spot in the in the gauntlet, so I'm gonna give you a title shot. So he should come out and be like, go after the New Day. All right, Retribution, go after the New Day. That's your thing. You're mad because you never got your shot at the title, and it should have been you. Go after the New Day, have some tag team matches because there's no other tag teams on Raw. So have some tag team matches, maybe even win the belts. I don't know. And that's how you build momentum and steam.
The Hurt Business is taking those belts, man.
Hey, if they take it, that's cool too. But I'm just saying for Retribution to move up, to take them seriously, this is what's got to happen. Because right now, you say they're on main event. Who nobody takes anybody seriously on main event. I didn't even know that was still a show, man. What the hell is going on?
All right. Well, it sounds like we got everything covered for this week. We'll go ahead and start wrapping it up. You guys got any last comments you want to shout out?
Winter's coming. Just remember that.
I wanted to say, I know we said that NXT has the best women's division, and I'm gonna close it. But hey, I've been really impressed with AEW's women's division the last.
How? There is no.
You gonna close it by starting another argument?
There's some good matches.
Dude, there's no women's division on AEW.
The women's championship match this week was good.
Dude, what stars on AEW except for Britt Baker and what's her name? Nyla? What is it?
Nyla.
Yes. What other women are there? Big Swole.
The women's championship match. Hey, I like Big Swole. I like her more.
I like Big Swole too.
But I like her more than Powerhouse Hobbs.
The woman that they're building the women's division around is Britt Baker. She's the only one who's getting promos. She's getting all the extra work. Like I say, sooner or later she's gonna be a women's champion in a couple months. Like I say, that's the only woman that they're building around. So I can't sit here and say that you're impressed by the women's division of AEW.
I'm just saying,
if they get Thunder Rosa, I think we're on the right track.
Exactly
build them up.
Saying last week with what's her name and Thunder Rosa, that was a good match.
It was a good match, but like I say, there's no build and there's no story there. They just throw matches together. Hey, you're gonna fight this one. Why? I like it. No, you don't. They've been good matches. They just throw the matches together. There's no story behind any of the women's division matches. They had it at
Brandy.
When they had it's Nyla, right? When they had Nyla fight the old champion, that was a great story. The first women's champion. What was her name? Rio. Yeah, when those two fought, that was a story. They had a story. The Beast versus the Monk. You know what I'm saying? That was a good story. But after that, everything just went straight down. Like they said, the women's division, like they hold the belts for like 2 to 3 months and then they drop it. 2 to 3 months, they drop it. Like I said, they're on their third or fourth women's champion now. So
meanwhile, the men hold the belt for a year.
I mean, I could respect it if it wasn't Moxley. I respect it. If Omega held the belt for a year, I'd be like, cool. If Jericho held the belt for a year, I'd be like, cool. But Moxley holding the belt? Nah. See, you're going to start it up, man. Let's close it out. You start it up.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, check us out next week again, where we will probably be giving away JT's World Heavyweight belt just for free. The first comment will probably get the belt. That'll get them to tune in for us. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We got more content coming, weekly episodes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all get together for that. Thank you again from all of us. And remember, there's always a justification for a heel turn.
Peace.
Peace.